and she said, man, I don't know how to describe this night because when I tell people about it, they're like, well, I don't really like going to church services. And I thought, man, that's a great question. And it's not really a church service. I mean, I think the flyer kind of explains, if you have a flyer, if you get that question, because some people are like, church thing, out of freedom, they're going to see the flyer, some hand lifted in the air, like, oh gosh, dude, I don't want to go to that. But if you explain to them that it's not a church service, that there's going to be testimonies, a couple skits that relate to college life. It's probably the best way, the easiest way to explain it to somebody that's not really a believer, maybe not really interested in that. But let's have the people that are going to be involved. And what we're going to do is pray for the people that are involved up front. So Spill, Tyler, Stephanie, and Hutch. I wish you guys come up here and just spread out on the thing here. Space, space, space. Okay. And then why don't, let's just, if you feel led, you want to, just come and surround these people right now. We're going to take probably maybe about 10 minutes and just pray over these people. And, so maybe you want to, somebody want to come pray for Hutch or whatever, you just come. And what we want to do is I want you guys to pray, but also maybe God will give you a word, an encouraging word for somebody. I think of Stephanie, the poor girl's a freshman. And when I asked her, I was like, hey, do you want to share your spoken word? All I could think about was like this poor 18-year-old girl who's going to get up in front of all these people. And so we'll just take the next 10 minutes and pray over these people. Just go ahead and pray in the groups. And maybe God will give you a word, He'll give you a picture. Maybe He'll just give you a word of prophecy or something for the person. But let's just pray over them. And then after we're done, we'll pray over the whole night. Okay?
walking with you, Lord. And I pray that she can just soak in you in the next few years, Lord, that she can just feel you more than usual. And more than ever, Lord, just let your things be going on in her life as well. And so will be her to be getting affected by my Lord. And Lord, I pray for the hearts of the men that have maybe been in the shoes of a man that she is no longer, that they will just feel your grace as well, Lord, that they will feel a change in their hearts and just change their ways, Lord. To be new men and just love on her the way that they deserve to be loved, Lord.
Just taking over this campus, and after that night, Father, it's all yours, God. It's never going to be the same, Father, and this is the marking of a new beginning, God, for this campus and these people, Father. I just ask that you would infiltrate all of our hearts, God, that you would just show up and do something incredible.
And so basically was, you want to pick up all these kids in school, and but all I found is this kind of long day, and getting violent and real. My teacher, my friends, but picking them up, and he's going on, bus stop, and I'm just trying to get off his mom, and waiting for the bus stop, and he's smiling, you can go to the open the door, and the kids walk out, and as the kids are walking the back of the bus up, going to Jesus, they start to smile. They start smiling and getting giddy because they know they're going home. And regardless of him just smiling as a stop sign on the bus, and you're letting them out. He's so excited because he's just able to do his work. And that's those kids.
If you guys can close it down. Okay, I probably should have said this beforehand, but most of you know this. And Spill was going to kind of be the MC. If you could really be praying for him because he's got a lot going on that night, and so just remember to keep Spill in prayers. But he's going to kind of be the MC, but he's also going to share some of his testimony throughout the night. And he's also going to be just kind of introducing people as they come out, stuff. And Tyler's going to share his testimony along with worship. Stephanie's going to share a little bit, maybe whatever story, but share her spoken word, and then Hutch is going to share her testimony. So just keep those people in your prayers through the night, and then and just so you guys kind of have an idea of how we're going to flow, like Spill's going to open up the first 5 minutes, just do a welcome and just kind of share about the night, and then Tyler's going to share his testimony for a few minutes, and then we're going to play a few songs, and Tyler's going to kind of explain the songs, kind of like what he did tonight, just so people that don't know Jesus will have an idea of like what we're doing and why we're doing it. And I know a lot of times we can take that for granted, but let me give you an idea. I went to a retreat. I took my brother with me, an unchurched guy, and we're standing in the back, and he's not into religion at all. And this one girl gets on her knees like this during worship, and she goes like this. And my brother goes, "Dude, see that right there? That just weirds me out, man. Why is she doing that?" You know? And I'm like, oh, well, that's just her response to Jesus, what he's done for her. And it was a good eye-opener to think, like, man, a lot of people don't understand why we lift our hands. A lot of Christians come in here and have never seen that before. People that have grown up in the church and people are raising their hands, it's like, never seen that before. I grew up in the church, but I haven't seen that before. There was another time that same weekend where one of the ski boats, we're at Shasta, one of the ski boats dropped some people off and Bob Marley's playing. And my brother's like, do they know what they're listening to? Do they know that's Bob Marley? And I was like, yeah, everybody knows who Bob Marley is. And he's like, you guys can listen to that? And I'm like, yeah, we can listen to Bob Marley. But it got a glimpse into his mind, like, he thinks that because it's secular music, and especially pothead Bob Marley, that we can't listen to it. And that's the way a lot of these people think, and that's why Tyler's gonna, share, like, hey, this is why we're singing this song. That's why he explained, like, with Our Father, like, it's a radical thought, and that's what a lot of people's thought. It would have been my thought. I would not have thought they would have called God Father. I would have been, like, far off God. So, anyway. I think it's just a good reminder for all of us to remember, like, those are the people we're trying to reach. And that's the attitude that we're trying to have with this night, is to reach those people. Stephanie's going to share her spoken word. A lot of you heard that, the open mic. And then Spill and I are going to do a skit. And then we're going to show the Everything skit. Your assignment is, who has not seen that? Lifehouse, Everything. Who's not seen that? Okay. That's your assignment. Just Google Lifehouse, Everything. Okay? There's that song, Everything, done by Lifehouse. We're going to show that video. It's super, super powerful. I think what separates that skit apart from every other skit I've seen, and I'm not a big skit guy. I don't really, I'm like, yeah, skits. I tend not to like them. But this one makes me cry every time, because there's a turning point in this skit where it's just the classic where God creates this girl and dances with her, and then she gets pulled away by the things of the world. And then there comes a part where she wants to get back to Jesus. And she has to run through these 4 characters. And these 4 characters aren't doing like a typical like drama thing where they kind of just, oh, we'll shove you back, and oh, we'll shove you back, we're going to keep you from Jesus. Like, they're like violently throwing her to the ground. You're just kind of like, whoa. Like, they're not just handling her, they're manhandling her. At times this guy picks her up and throws her down to the ground. It's just super powerful. You're just kind of like, whoa. And then Jesus comes in and gets in between them, and they're just like beating on them. So it's super powerful. That's your assignment if you haven't seen it. After that, Hutch is going to share her testimony. And then the gospel will be shared, and then we'll finish up with we'll finish up with some worship songs and a time of response. Okay, we're going to have the people respond to the gospel. So, okay, so we're going to just close down tonight before we go back to worship with just get in groups 2, 3, 4, however many, and just pray. Maybe just some prayers over your friends, over your dorms, whatever it might be. If it's your first time here, you've never prayed with somebody, don't feel pressured to pray. You can just listen, or you can go to the bathroom right now. That's probably what I would do. I'd be like, I don't know. But let's do that. Just take a few minutes, just pray real quick. Kirk's guarding the door. Okay, break up, go.